welcome back to part 2 of the chain rule. So I did take the derivative of f of x for the example we did not get to in part 1 of the video. Notice that over here I took the derivative of x plus 1 over x minus 1 separately, so that's right there. You can look at the math there. Derivative of the outside, 4, bring the 4 down, cubed, keep the inside the same, multiplied by the derivative of the outside, which we got from over here, negative 2 over x minus 1 squared. I did some simplifying, kept everything in level for fractions, and got the final answer. So if you need to pause right now, pause that and figure that question out. Not an issue. You figured out the more difficult chain rule. We're going to go and do some problems that you're given information, but you still need to figure it out. This one, notice that you're given h of x and equals f of x quantity cubed. You're given f of 0 and f prime of 0. It says determine the equation of a line tangent. As soon as you see line tangent, you take the derivative of h of x. This is going to give you the slope of the tangent line. To take the derivative of h of x, we got to look back up here and notice it would take the derivative of the outside, 3, something squared, keeping the inside the same, multiplied, this is the key, by the derivative of the inside, derivative of f of x, f prime of x. And now, if we're finding the equation of the line tangent to the graph of h at the point x equals 0, I should say at the value of x equals 0, we need to find h prime of 0. So x should be 0. So we're going to do 3 f of 0 squared times f prime of 0. Hey, and what do you know? If you look up at the problem, you're given all the information needed. F of 0 is negative 1/2. F prime of 0, 8/3. Oh, isn't that nice? So we're going to get negative, 3 over 4, that comes to 1/4 times 8/3. And you get 24 over 12, multiply across, that gives you 2. What is this? This is h prime of 0. This is the slope at x equals 0. The equation of a tangent line, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, which you guys all know. We need to know the actual point at 0. Well, that's not going to be too difficult. H of 0 equals f of 0 cubed. And f of 0 cubed is negative 1/2 cubed, which equals negative 1/8. So we have the point 0 comma negative 1 over 8. So y plus 1/8 equals the slope 2 parentheses x minus 0. Done. To write the equation of a line, you need a slope and you need a point. We're looking for the graph of h. So these are only helpful, but we need to know h. So that's why we found h prime, gave us a slope, and we plugged in h of 0. So look at this one. Assume that h of x equals f of g of x. And again, you're given more information there. So it says find the value of h prime of negative 1. No equation this time, just h prime of negative 1. So h prime of x equals the derivative of the outside, f prime, keep the inside the same, multiplied by the derivative of the inside, g prime of x. And now we just need to know h prime of 1. So h prime of 1, f prime of g of 1, see wherever there's an x, you plug in 1, times g prime of 1. G of 1, negative 1. You need to know. So g of negative 1 is 2. G prime of negative 1 is 3. F prime of 2 is negative 4. That's it. And you couldn't see a thing that I was doing there. My apologies. Plugged in negative 1. Got the answers from above. found what f prime of 2 was, multiplied by 3. And so the final portion of the notes, one of my favorite things is using the table. Here, I'm not going to do all of these, but find the derivative. D over dx is finding the derivative. So, take the derivative of the outside, f prime, keep the inside the same, multiplied by g prime of x, derivative of the inside. And so we want to know at 3, so f prime of g of 3 times g prime of 3. We go here, g prime of 3, negative 5. G of 3, 8. And f prime of 8, pi. And negative 5 pi. If you wanted to use correct notation here, probably you would say d over dx at x equals 3 equals that. You want the correct notation. Let's do the final one right here, g of x. So that's going to give us g prime, derivative of the outside, times g of x, multiplied by the derivative of the inside. And let's go at 8, so g prime of g of 8, multiplied by g prime of 8. Go back to the top here, g prime of 8 is 4, and g of 8 is 3. So we got 4 here, g prime of 3 there. And then g prime of 3, we already know is negative 5, so it's negative 5 times 4. And you get negative 20. So hopefully that makes a little more sense as we went through. The idea that we are looking at, the derivative, using the chain rule, the derivative, finding the derivative using chain rule, more accurate way of saying it, is the derivative of the outside, keeping the inside the same, multiplied by the derivative of the inside. So for this one, the derivative of the outside, keeping the inside the same, multiplied by the derivative of the inside. I will see you in class, hopefully tomorrow, and you did not wait till Ready Block to do it today.